people? It's your friendly neighborhood shooter broadcast you live from the south side. As you can see, we've been adding stuff so you can hear us. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what you think. Let us know if you can actually hear us. But this is the Union Podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood shooter, Don. To my right, your left, we got Reese, Isaiah, and Vader. Pac-Man is missing again. But we ain't gonna give him a mic next time he comes. So he just gonna have to yell. We're gonna have to hope we pick him up. But let's get a few things out the way. We got Vader will be on the comments. Okay. We got Vader reading the comments today. The topic today is going to be kids and racism. And when should you actually explain that to them? You know,
at birth.
You know. But before we go there, let's get a few things out the way. You know, all of our teams lost today. Actually, you know what? My team got our ass handed to us, but they team actually lost. So before we start there, so I just wanted to add that it's still a gang. You know how
go Bears.
You know what I mean? So
no.
Yeah. So kids racism. Turn your volume down now. It's on the top of. Hold on, we still figuring shit out.
We got new shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I'm rich, bitch.
There we go.
All we need is a nigga that smoke weed on it.
Running for your life. So so like I said, the conversation today is kids and racism. Like when do you think it's a good time to you good, B? Yeah. When do you think it's a good time to try to explain that to them?
I don't think a lot of people even know that that's something that's a topic that they even have to speak on.
It may be seen.
And
like
I think that's the issue right there.
Something unwritten that everybody should know, but it's really not.
Yeah.
I think it's starting to come towards a point of, mixed children is starting to become a point that you won't have to explain that to
you think that's what's coming up?
No, not right now. not in the nearest.
I'm starting to see it.
Not in the nearest
Nah,
future.
even
I think it's
even
a lot of niggas moving to Iowa.
Even with mixed children, they're gonna be considered black. So that mixed children is not,
Yeah,
I don't think that's what it is, but I think that it's becoming more prevalent now because of just of social media and the attention that it gets from the shootings or whatever the case may be, even just the small acts and convenience stores or whatever the case may be, racial slurs. So everything is now magnified, and so it's now something that we need to start teaching our kids early. Explain it to them that it's unfortunate, but some people gonna look at you dangerous for our young men.
Yeah, I wonder if, like, just to Isaiah's point, I wonder if, like, biracial families, do they explain it to their kids? Because, like, no matter if you're mixed or basically biracial, you still gonna always be considered as black. You know what I'm saying?
Do they?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like in the family, do you think they
I don't think they do.
Through the actual family, maybe not, but to the outside world, for sure, without question.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, in the family, they don't want to create that dynamic of
division. Yeah, you don't have that like that.
They don't want to create that dynamic of like, the division, and everything. But for sure, once that person steps out the house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna be considered as black.
I mean,
black and dangerous.
And see with like my kids go to kind of like a mixed school. So with them going to that mixed school, like some of their homies are black, white, Asian, Mexican, Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like so you take Chase, right? Chase is kindergarten. So kindergarten, everybody just playing, loving each other, things like that. So it's like
the innocence thing.
Right. I'm not finna bring that to him right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I wanna, skew his view of the world. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, he can see skin tones, you know what I'm saying? So I guess if he asked me, why is such and such so light, or something like that, then yeah, at that point in time I had to explain it. But I don't think at kindergarten age I would explain the whole dynamic to him. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you got Bam, 13. Hey man, listen, you're a teenager now, and you a big boy. You know what I'm saying? They think you Reese size or Reese age. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's super important, but it's I don't know like the appropriate time, because like
and this is kind of where we feel as parents. Sometimes we can't see our children for what the world see them.
Yeah,
they will always be our kids. You know what I'm saying? So you look at them like, oh, he's only 13, or he's only 15, but the world looks at him as like
a threat,
a young man. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna ask him his age. They're gonna look at his size and say, yo, it's an intimidating black dude coming towards us.
We got some comments coming in.
No, what's up to tap it?
Sorry guys, we got Vader on the comments.
Not right. No, it's
tap it and then just go down. Tap it and then take the full view off. Help him out. He's an Android user.
Yeah,
me too.
Help him out, Isaiah. He just take it off full view. But we see the comments. We want to say what's up, Pac-Man.
That's not it. That's it up. Yeah.
So shout out to a couple people that just tuning in. My sister, you know what I'm saying? From another mother, you know what I'm saying? Angelin, my other twin sister,
V on, yep.
V in this beat, you know what I'm saying? Shawty, you know what I mean? Who this is right here?
Question: why do people go right to Mexico when using Latinos as an example? Right.
So I kind of want to address that. We got Bianca in the building, you know what I'm saying? Tuning in from YouTube world. What up, B?
What's up,
everybody?
Why do people use why do people go right to Mexican when using Latino as an example?
What you mean?
Yeah, V, explain that a little bit.
No, she's saying like, why we always say Mexican? The person could be
did we say Mexican?
Anything of that nature. Why always go straight to Mexican?
No, she just said why do people do that?
Yeah, so why people do that?
If I said it, I want to apologize. I'm not
that's
just ignorance.
Yeah,
ignorance.
It's just not knowing.
People not knowing. Yeah, can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
And then just
the Hispanics. Is that the correct way to
Hispanic, Latino?
Latino.
The family from the other side.
Latinos, you know what I'm saying? The good hair folk, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, what is good hair, man? I feel like I got good hair, just not now.
Not now.
I'm just saying,
on haircut day, yeah,
on haircut day, I missed that.
Why are we not getting them?
We got it.
Nah, because I can't get the comments. See, every time I do that, it's go straight.
Put it up on that corner piece.
Rotate it.
All right.
Just rotate the whole
eye. Give it a full
the other way.
This leaning like this.
Mm-hmm. The whole bracket should be able to rotate. Anyway, while we're figuring that out, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brian for tuning in. You know what I'm saying, Brian? See you out there, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, so this is the topic right here: kids and racism. While we figure out our technical,
we just trying to get all you guys' comments so we can make sure we hit every question.
Because we all fathers, you know what I'm saying? Isaiah's, father, uncle, father.
Yes.
We should put both of those together, like uncle, father. Beta got Android, y'all, so you don't know. But anyway, Foots, what's good, brother?
What's up, Foots?
Talk about kids and racism.
Yeah.
Like, is there a good time to explain that to them? Just anything like that. But who else? Did I miss anybody? Oh, V had a comment.
There we go, baby.
V had a comment.
All right, back.
There we go.
Yes. First time I heard it.
Wardy Machine, what up?
So no, I like I say, it was
Pat.
I definitely didn't mean anything by it. You know what I mean? But I don't know why they say it. Maybe it's the
that's the narrative.
Like
that's the narrative we was taught.
No, yeah.
I mean,
if you think about it, guys, how when did your parents explain to us? to you?
in traffic.
It's never been
And you
explained
kind
to
of
me.
exactly right. You
man,
kind
I've
of
never been-
went through something, and then you
Yeah.
had to go back and ask an uncle or mom or something
Yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Oh,
seeing something
police
and shit. I
pulled
was
us
in-
over today. You know,
I
we
was
was
in
leaving the
the,
court or something like that.
I was in LA when the riots happened. You know what I'm saying? And it still never was explained to me.
Damn you old.
Yeah, you just your mom. You just got to go back and
He didn't say which riot. So.
the Rodney King. Yeah.
Oh,
The Rodney King riot. So
stand by
I was in LA with it, but I mean, it was never explained to me. And I think that's just a lot of it. You know, the generational curses we have where no
No
one
offense.
really speaks on,
Alright.
really spoke on a lot of things. You know, really spoke on a lot of issues. They always was waiting for somebody to put
To
their
go
life on the
through.
line for. Yeah,
that's like that.
That's
That
for you,
is a good
Isaiah.
point.
One time, V, how do we supposed to address it while we got
Funkle.
the topic open?
I don't like
address
that.
what?
Nasty.
The topic she
Should
had
we should we
about
say
the
Hispanic? Should we say Latino? Like, what's the correct
What's a
way to
good
be addressed?
terminology for it?
Because I think for us, I don't mind black people. I don't have a problem with black people.
Nah, yeah.
I think
think we ever
African
had.
American. I think
yeah, I
I'm gonna
mean,
say something.
just
Else.
because you saying Mexican, that don't mean a Puerto Rican gonna be. That's not the
No,
same.
I'm just saying, like, if they say black people, I don't mind black people. But when you say African American, I feel like you want
Oh
to say
yeah, I
something
get
else.
what he said because it's like Haitian, Dominican, and you know what I mean, Jamaican,
And the
actual
African Americans,
Africans.
like what? What you
And so
what
we
you
like
want to say?
black. Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Say what you want to say.
I mean, in this day and time, people, they want to be
Jared, what's up,
perceived as
dog?
a million different things now. So, you really don't know. I don't think nobody will really know right now. Like it's
way
not
on.
like it's a safe word or anything. Like
Mm.
you call some people black and they be like, no, I'm not black. They're like, what are you?
What,
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like, how
Call
do I
them
know?
what I
Hey,
see.
You look like me.
no,
Pretty
so
much.
I mean, it's just it's a different time now.
Right.
Yeah, people are woke, I guess.
Close. People
People are calling themselves woke. Some people want to be, labeled as Israelites or, whatever the
Is that religion though, or is that like?
No,
It's a-
brother, that's because we are the original people.
exactly.
Stay woke.
message.
Stay toxic.
But
The politically correct term is Latinx. It's from a black dude. All right, Pat.
Oh yeah.
this guy.
Latinx.
No, I'm fucking with him.
No way.
But yeah. So, and then we get into the point where it's like we'll be talking about like just
Wait, Latinx is a real thing.
That's
what Pac-Man say.
Well, that's also what V said too.
What she said it.
Yeah, she said right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like Asian culture. We have different ethnicities under the Latinos, Hispanic.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Latinx.
like I say, I
I
would
guess.
probably say the Spanish speaking community.
So I guess the same.
Latin. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to purposely offend nobody.
Oh
but
no,
Yeah, that's-
definitely.
I'm gonna
yeah.
keep it playing with you. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's a difference.
That's why we say it's just. It's
Yeah,
the
but that's the
ignorance.
same
It's
thing. What I
not
was just
knowing.
saying though,
Yeah.
that's under the Latin community. It's so many different ethnicities.
Yeah.
Under the Latin, so that's the same. That's just practically the same thing. I was explaining just people not knowing.
And
We
like,
deal with what we're most accustomed to, and being our neighborhood, we run into
Yeah.
Mexicans more than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, we assume.
What's not offensive? Like we understand that's the like correct way, the correct terminology, but what's not offensive?
Yeah.
Oh,
We know you smart.
we know.
Wanch. That's why we didn't want to listen to you.
right. That's why you're not here. So.
Smart enough not to be here.
Oh, we supposed to be shouting out Patrice too, man. She said we don't never shout out.
Patrice.
So Patrice, thanks for showing love.
That's for Veronica too.
Yes. Patrice and B, man, they've been loyal since day one.
Let's get one more for the loyal.
For all our day ones when we was
and even the new ones,
figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean?
The new ones to the community.
Yeah.
No, I remember a time when I got pulled over with my son and Jay daughter TT, and
How is
they could have been about 7 or 8, maybe.
Both?
Well, they right behind each other.
Oh, okay.
So if one was 7, the other one was 8, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Okay. But nonetheless, I got pulled over. The asked him my registration and license and stuff at the car and stuff like that. He looked and just gave me a few questions, gave my license back. He went back like, oh, not your license, the registration back. He was like, let me go check and make sure you don't have anything on your license. They go back to the car. I turn around and they both boo-hoo boogers crying.
Yeah.
Because they thought I was gonna get shot.
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah, that's deep.
So I had to explain laughter came out because I really didn't know how to.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That hit
But like
different.
it's not going. They're not gonna shoot me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
the crazy. How you said? How old were they?
maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah, shit. But then you look at it now, they be like, "See, Daddy, you could have got shot." You know what I'm saying?
No, I did. What was I supposed to tell them that? I don't want them to be afraid.
Right.
Because even you got two people afraid of each other interacting. You understand what I'm saying? Because the police are just as afraid.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what makes them make poor decisions sometimes because they are afraid.
Absolutely.
So you don't want to give them
some
any. You don't want to give them any inclination or any extra motivation by fidgeting, by exuding anger, anything of that nature. So therefore, you want to kind of just keep it even till. So you got to, I was trying to tell them like, not every experience is gonna be like what you guys see on the internet or what y'all pull up on YouTube or whatever the case may be where y'all catching this stuff from. So it was hard to explain that part, and it took a couple times of me getting pulled over before my son understood that not every interaction with a police officer is going to end up like what he sees on
and that's sad, man. Like that's sad that
like I say at first, it was funny, but then it kind of hit different.
As kids that they have to, basically determine, what's safe and what's not safe. You know what I'm saying?
I had not similar incident, but like Chico, he ate. So I think it was just me and him riding somewhere, and I was like, all right, don't get in the front seat. He was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, get in the front seat. What's the problem?
What?
Right.
I don't want you to get pulled over by the cops and go to jail. I'm like, we good.
Yeah.
We good, but I appreciate it. And it's like, you can see it, you know what I'm saying? Chico. It's like, bro, he like the sensitive one I got. So
but that's also knowing they also realize their skin now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like he was, he noticed that we are the ones that's getting picked on or mistreated or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, somehow, some way.
He understands the discrepancy.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool though. The fact that I guess they learn how we learn, right?
Yeah, I mean,
trial and error, just
experiences.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Whatever it is. But I also know I need to do a better job of starting to explain this to my son. He lives in a mixed community, so now it may not be direct racism.
Yeah,
it could be subtle, like joke, but he don't understand it. He think it's funny, but they may understand. They're trying to make a fool out of him on the other side without him knowing.
Yeah.
Without him being able to pick up on it. Because before he was dealing with all black kids, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody looked like him, the schools he was going to. So he did just a transformation, out the blue to a whole neighborhood, whole town that's just not specifically black people, like he used to.
As far as is it all like mostly Caucasian?
No, it's mostly Hispanics.
Okay.
Latinx.
So Latinx. It's mostly Latinx people, you know what I mean? But it's a good amount of even black and whites.
Hold on, let me turn them off so y'all don't hear the bonging. But as far as is any
why are you loosening, Reese? Well, tighten it then, man. He been drinking.
Yeah, already.
He been drinking. He been drinking.
I got you. $40.
I know he's steady putting the whole mic towards him, and he's steady sliding on the table. So I ain't pulling off the table. Or who moved it on the table then? Huh? Who moved the table? Depends on the person. I know you're coming from a good place, so I can't really speak on everyone, but old Latinos would be offended with the term Latinx.
Yeah, read that out loud, Vader.
Nope, y'all can read.
Yeah.
B says, I guess it depends on the person. I know you're coming from a good place, so I can't really speak on everyone. So old Latinos will be offended with the term Latinx. It's such a weird world we're living in today. Yeah, I agree, man. It's just so much stuff that you got to deal with. Yeah. It's even hard for us to explain it to our kids.
No, it's definitely sad to hear for sure.
Yeah, like even racism, like y'all understand, it's hard to explain it to them because some of it is just like some of it is unreal to the point to where you don't really understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so all you could do is teach them to how to handle themselves in certain situations. You know what I'm saying?
As best as you could, because there's not even no playbook anymore.
Yep.
You got to let them know history first.
Yep.
That's the most important thing. It's just they have to know the history behind, what it is we've been going through.
Because a lot of them, they'll ask, like in schools, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that they don't learn about, or, I think Amaya was asking, like, why is Black History Month? Why we only talk about it 1 month out of a year? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
crazy how smart kids are, man. Exactly. Well, you don't really think that they
really inclined to think like that. It's just like, I knew one family that taught. I went to school with his family taught.
No, for sure. I think it's best to teach
every month. You know what I mean? Just 30 days or 28 days wasn't enough for them, so they was teaching.
Oh, why? Yeah,
people
Facebook here, and then it's what's that, Marie? Oh, Trina.
So with the Facebook users through the software, it's they have to, it's a privacy thing. So it's
okay.
Like,
well, that's Trina on this.
Might have to update their settings or whatnot. But
I can see it on this one.
I would definitely say it's good to teach them early. But like I say, for me, it's like right now they don't see no issue.
No, for sure. We gonna touch on that too. So in our own community for sure.
Brown. Yeah, we're
gonna touch on that for sure.
I'm gonna start that one. I'm gonna come back to that one. Definitely got.
That's a good one.
That one. B always come up with.
Don't she?
I know you need to come on, get you a mic and just get down.
At you, man.
We're gonna get some better clapping than that. That sounds like
hey,
white people clapping.
I'm figuring it out. Okay.
As we go, I get you.
Next week we're gonna have a Gone Girl button.
Gone Girl. I would say yes, you want to teach them early, but like, what's early? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a lot of things you don't explain to your kids until something happens, and then you explain it to them.
Because you really think that you protecting them from it, or you know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to put them in different places, different environments, keep them active and things of that nature. But you also, by doing that, you're also putting them in around people that's not like them all the time. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, a smart person would probably teach them kind of early, but at the same time, you don't want to open the door to something that they haven't thought of yet, right?
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And make them start looking at it a certain way, right? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because like I say, their world is already mixed, so they don't see no difference. They run around with little Chuck and
the
Ryan,
same thing with the little kids that's already, that know about racism. It's because they're getting it at home.
Oh, of
course,
know what
I'm saying?
Of course.
So therefore, even if it's not like direct racism, they can hear them say like, "Oh well, they shot each other again" or something like that. They're not that, you know what I'm saying? They're not that stupid. They'll pick up on what they're talking about.
And one thing we got to like, I feel like we got to stop putting our kids in those positions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand why we do. Because in the inner city, basically it's hard to find good education, right? So essentially, you'll take your child and you'll try to put them into a school where they're going to be educated, right? But then it's a predominantly white school,
right?
Right.
Or mixed. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things though you have to explain to your kids. You know what I'm saying, when they going into those environments. Like I know, like Cha-Cha going to high school next year, right?
Yeah.
And Cha-Cha real smart. Yeah, she's smart. She's smart as hell too. So she might be going to Walter Payton or a Jones commercial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where if you read reviews on these schools, you see a lot of race, racial situations that happen in these schools. You know what I'm saying? So, but she has never really been around it. You know, so those are things that I have to explain to her. You know, at this age and time, like, hey, it's certain things that you'll see. You know what I'm saying? That that's not supposed to be happening. Same thing with Amir. You know, Amir is going to be going to a good school. You know, we have to make sure that we educate our kids on different situations. You know, and how some things are not appropriate. You know, because they don't know.
One of the things that really bother me, like about, and you know what I mean, I don't have kids, but it's just like you have, Funkle. You have to, the reality of being somebody who's privileged to be born of color. You have to teach your children how to, you know, deal with police, or how to approach police or be approached by police. You got to teach them how to handle those type of situations versus the pastel people is, you know what I'm saying? No, put it.
Yes,
they don't get
the
taught,
phrase pastel.
They don't get taught like that. Like we the only people who taught how to be policed.
But I wonder if that's because
I want to hit this one thing.
No, it was definitely some comments.
She said that
you got cut us off.
Who we talking about?
V.
Yeah,
she said she didn't want to create like prejudice with her daughter by, I guess, explain the topic between
this one,
brown. Nah,
not that one.
Where is it at?
Right here. The logic.
Yeah,
my logic was I didn't want to create prejudice into my daughter by bringing up the topic.
I guess brown in the brown community.
Right. So, and that, like I say, same way I feel. Like, you know, my kids go to a mixed school, and a lot of their partners is, you know, either white. I can't say if I've seen a lot of Mexicans, but I have seen a whole lot of Cubans and Puerto Ricans.
Well, you got to think about it like
north is you're gonna get.
You got to think about it like this. We don't, and a lot of we don't teach hate. You know what I'm saying? Even in brown communities, they don't teach hate
against each other though.
Yeah, of course. Right. I mean, that's just, you know, that's a whole different topic.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation.
We don't get to that one though.
Yeah, that's another conversation. But we don't teach hate. You know what I'm saying? We don't. You know, you try to teach respect. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the white folks teach hate. They teach that. They instill that shit into their kids.
This is just a question to bounce off. Just a question to bounce off of that. Do we not teach hate out of fear though? Like what out of like? Do we not want them to go because we know how they'll be perceived if they go disliking a white boy in school, right? It's always going to be
of course
the aggressor. So is that a part of the reason why we don't teach hate is because we're trying to protect them?
That's not.
I was taught. Growing up black, you know, we go to church.
Well, not so much hate, but just explaining like, hey, you're gonna run to some bad white people. You're gonna have to watch them. You know, have to keep a close eye on them. You know what I'm saying? It can't come out like that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because if it does come out like that, he's going to be looking now at the world through your eyes. Yeah. Right. So you have to be very cautious of how you explain the situation to him.
Yeah. I think, you know, like I say, Bam is the oldest. And then, you got Jalen to kind of, you know, filter in the areas that I, you know, can't fill in. You know what I'm saying? So he got me as his dad and he got his brother at just, you know, 20-something years old. So it's like he getting it from both sides of a male perspective. So for me, instead of, you know, colorizing it, and I just say people.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like people, you're gonna run into some good people and you're gonna run into some bad
people. Be aware.
Sometimes they're gonna be of your race, sometimes they not gonna be of your race.
What you agree with, babe?
No, just Chanel. She said you have to be aware to be alive. And she was just saying that you have to give it to them raw. Man, or the world will.
You got to think about it. Like she going through.
It's a few. I'm gonna just go.
You got to think about all the things that with Emmett Till, the things that happen. Like a lot of these people weren't aware of certain things. You know, they were just taught to just respect everyone. Yeah. But it was in the day and time, and it's still some towns, you know, down south.
No, for sure. But that's why I'm trying to explain. Like,
well, you can't even.
Was it fear, like not to speak your mind against certain people because out of the fear of what they would do to your child. So I don't want him to jump out his body because I know when he jump out his body, everybody is going to turn towards him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So out of fear, do we not say, you know what I'm saying, unless somebody actually put their hands on you or things of that nature, You teach them how to stay calm when somebody's trying to provoke them not to be.
Oh,
calm.
yeah, of course.
That's what it means to be a man. You know what I mean? You can't let
And that's what
somebody trick you
anyone.
out
Yeah.
your
That's not even
composure.
just with
Just
you
because
know,
somebody say something to you don't mean you
gotta
gotta
react.
You gotta give
Yeah.
them the reaction they trying to pull up out you. You gotta continue to hold your composure because you being a upstanding man, you being a higher quality of a person because that's what that person was taught to do, tear you down because they perceive themselves as a dominant race. If you know what I mean, because that's what they taught. You know what I mean? We're better than such and such. So let them think that. You know what I mean? That's fine that that's what you want to think.
Read some of those comments.
We got a few of them.
What's this one right here? My child and I live in
Who was the Facebook?
I don't know who's the
user
Facebook
again?
user.
That's Trina.
Trina.
Mostly yo.
Caucasian community. And we got to get a better clap. And we've had the conversation about race only because of what she views on TV and social media. I explained to her through using our history and whatever she has questions about so that she's aware and how to handle herself.
Yeah, I'm a little behind on the chat on the things, but go ahead.
That's fine. We got Pac-Man in there.
Yeah.
Get them, Pac.
But see, social media is a whole nother topic. You know what I'm saying? And the sad part is that there's no escaping it. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't grow up with social media, so we actually saw the world as it is day in and day out. They're seeing, you said a long time ago, probably on one of the episodes, that they're seeing a dialed up version of today's world as opposed to the right now. They're gonna show all the bad
snippets. They're gonna get all the snippets of everywhere around the world,
but none of the
at
good.
an accelerated pace. Yeah.
So it's so if they our social media users, like if the kids got pages, I think Bam has a YouTube page, but last time I checked on there, it was mostly just games, like watching other people play games.
Because kids are innocent, man. They are very innocent, but the world isn't. So even you try to protect their innocence as much as you can, but it's a lot of harsh shit that you got to explain to them because they're gonna see it.
Yeah, they're going.
And you want them to be able to handle themselves in those type of situations, man. You just do. Just like Vader say, he got pulled over by the police with his son in the car. It's things that you got to explain to him about that.
Yeah,
like you said, things can go in the opposite direction, no matter what. You could be trying to comply and everything, and it's still shit still could happen. You know what I'm saying?
I got a thing. So in Hispanic, Latinx, I want to be correct, communities, they definitely teach pride in culture, right? And going off of the comment, she says that they didn't teach Black History Month, so she made them wear a Black History Month t-shirt.
Right.
Now, do we as African Americans, Black, man, do we show pride in our own culture to give them pride in
that's the issue? But you should though.
But that's a deeper conversation too. But like, how much history do we really have? How much history do we really know? Even as us, I mean, we only know as far as our memory goes.
At the very least, one of our histories that is a tradition is soul food. Soul food is definitely a tradition that
that's an American tradition, right?
Well, that's all I can talk about.
That's what I'm saying. But they have culture, like they have like generations.
They still go back there, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not it's kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I think is another gap in between that conversation, because we don't have history to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? To just say, we used to be this, we used to be that. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing.
Shoot, it's
written.
Probably people
what I'm
don't
saying?
Even know great grandparents or great grandparents, but I know
like all we got is just
that know way
from slavery on, basically.
Right.
Like we just existed as slavery. You know what I'm saying? You can dig deep and find out a few things
of course.
that was happening before slavery, but
and then I think even with the slavery part, it's like I don't think not that I feel like we should dial that up, but that is part of our history.
But
I'm saying that's
that's nothing that I run from.
Even with
I think we have to.
I think they run from it in school.
It has to be more modern as well, because I think because I believe that like the Martin Luther King, the Malcolm X, like that stuff is fading out for these kids now. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we were at Mir's AAU game and Jesse Jackson, grandson, played on the team. Jesse Jackson came there, rolled up in there in his wheelchair and everything. His Nike Tech jogging suit. We took pictures with him, and they were like, "Who did we just take pictures with?" You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even know who that is.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like they're phasing out. You know what I'm saying? Like to reach these,
I agree,
this new
Pat.
generation.
It shouldn't be 100% of our history.
What?
Slavery shouldn't be 100% of our
Exactly.
history.
No.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's
No.
like I say, it's a part of
And
it.
I agree with that. Another Pack, you were saying that every conversation doesn't need to be met with anger. That's not the route I was going, but I get what you're saying. It's the way it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, Andy. We just doubling back on some of the comments. Real
what else
quick.
you got, B?
Or maybe the police need to be taught how to treat people. Well, from what we always hear, there's like sensitivity training, things of that nature. But we don't have any. I mean, even
they're
if
taught
we had
to get the aggression with aggression. That's the way they're taught.
That's true, but
military training,
to what they're saying, even if they did have sensitivity training and things of that nature, the people don't have access as to who passed, you see what I'm saying? So there's no way to regulate it.
But what the problem is they don't want to do the legwork. It's never going to police.
Oh,
it's never going to change overnight.
No, absolutely.
This is the problem that's going to take at least 2 generations to fix. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they have to be able to stand into the fire and continue to do their job.
Yeah.
Meaning that, they're going to have to be the bigger person in the situation, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to have to like stick by that until they create a better image for themselves. You can't say, oh, well, because this person is aggressive, then we're going to have to meet you with aggression. Right?
Yeah.
You got the license to kill. I don't.
Yeah.
Right? So therefore, how can you be meeting me with aggressions and you got a weapon and I don't?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to, word it as far as like, I don't know what it's going to take for the police, but it definitely need to be, people, how you going to police an area and you don't even know these people at all?
Yeah. You're
not even
they get the proper training. You know what I'm saying? It's just their morals, the way they were raised. I'm telling you, like, and it's, it pushes them into,
you mean raised
through
the police department or just raised through life in general?
Just through life in general, because think about it, a lot of police officers, right? They parents were police officers, their uncles were police officers. So you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they were raised in this.
I did often wonder why we don't see representation in our own neighborhood.
Man, we had even speaking of representation,
it's like you don't see black police in the black community.
Oh no,
Hispanic.
No, you got a lot of fucking.
I got a story behind that.
Even be Asian police in Chinatown though.
Oh, it's
hell
yeah. It'd be Asian police in Chinatown.
Yeah, for sure.
Shit, you got motherfucker.
Even with
in our neighborhood, you shit. The black people, the black police officers, they harder on us as well.
Yeah,
they are. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I don't know.
Yes.
But
I mean, let's not act like our communities aren't aggressive.
Exactly. Yeah, it is.
Let's not act like our communities aren't aggressive.
We do, but
like I said, I knew two African American officers because like when we were younger, you kids, no past 15. Everybody in our area, 88th and Aberdeen is where I came from. If you was over there and you came up from 6 up, you knew who the Dreadlock Twins was, and you knew to keep it pushing when you saw them. And these was not people that was coming over, y'all get out of here, guys, and come on, man, y'all know better than they was like, yes, there goes some little black hood niggas, we finna terrorize them. Like, damn, this how y'all gonna do us? They was policing us harder than you would think it was a Rodney King beating coming on.
That's tough. We're a little behind in the comments.
Yeah, I think Pac said is they don't want to share the history of kingdoms in Africa. They don't want to share the contributions where African/Americans changed the world.
Even in Black history, like you walk through those Black history classes, and all they do is talk about slavery. Yeah, they don't talk about
riches
the
in
king.
Africa.
Exactly.
They talk. No, they don't. They talk about slavery and the blacks that got killed.
Yep,
that's about it. That's why. Yep. Our history stops at Malcolm X.
Yep.
Yeah. And shoot.
We just stopped existing after Malcolm X.
Slavery was
we stopped touching
but I think
the world.
It's built by design though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. It's built so we don't they don't want us to know. You know, they don't want us to teach people. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people. It's a lot of different resources. That's why sometimes you got to teach your kids. You know, you got to research things and teach your kids things.
And that's
because the school's not going. They're not going to.
Because
that's true.
It's not always you can't always rely on somebody else to teach. It's up to you to teach. You know what I'm saying? All the biggest lessons start at home. Teaching start at home. So, you know what I mean? Black people, make sure you teach your kids something beyond.
You got to teach us something to be honorable about, man.
Yeah.
You know, we have to, learn how to respect each other and respect where we came from and where our people came from and what our people fought for.
You know, something interesting is that the wife told me that I grew up off survival.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's love, what we right? all have. Yeah.
But I'm trying to learn how to teach love to the kids. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like if they can see how a black man and a black woman can coexist, that then they have a good base of what it should look
that's
like.
What we need, though.
You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
That part is
black love. That's
new to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't realize that we grew up off survival. I didn't realize that was the thing.
Yeah,
man, I had it.
You made it home?
I had it. Good. I mean, my grandparents were always around. I always had my grandparents to fall back on. They was married 39 years till they passed away.
Yeah, that's what you need, man.
So I it's never that I didn't, just because I didn't see it from my mom. Yeah, I still had it in my everyday life.
I didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I was like, oh, okay, well,
yeah. See,
I didn't know, but all right, let's try this teaching love thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the comment. When you was like, do we teach hate? And I was like, well, I'm gonna save it, but if I save it, we probably would have forgot it. So
yeah.
But comment wise,
we got some.
I see. V said a lot of black and brown people view black and brown police as sellouts, which is true.
Oh yeah,
but that's the ignorance.
I mean, that's
more than just street people. It'd be some old people sometimes. Yeah,
some of them
sometimes
they be selling out.
I run into a lot of older minded people. You know what I mean? Now I see a lot of good black officers.
It's all about how they're raised and what prejudice and stereotypes they have before they join the force. Sensitivity training isn't going to remove the ignorance. I mean, yeah, but that goes along the it's never going to change through a training process. It has to be changed over time. So at some point, one community is going to have to say, hey, we're going to have to be the bigger community. You know what I'm saying? Either the police community or the minority community. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more than just black. It's black and brown people that's being mistreated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So therefore, one of those communities are going to have to say, hey, we're going to have to be the community to mend fences. And now at this point, police are getting paid to actually be the aggressor. So therefore, they're not going to change. We're going to have to start seeing.
Who was that? Who was that said they made their kid wear a shirt to school?
That was Trina.
That was Trina.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that matters. You know what I'm saying?
That matters.
Like that's a start. Sure. That's a start, and that
you got to teach your kids have to be proud of what I'm saying, where they came from, proud of who they are. They got to have that confidence, in themselves. They got to know the history, and it's our job to teach them because a lot of these schools are not going to. They just not.
No.
Yeah, I agree. After Malcolm X, systemic racism came out, and that's Pac was coming from Pac. I'm guessing that got to be Pac. It's nobody else. So that.
Do you ever recall when you were a kid and somebody was like, "Wow, back in black people weren't just slaves"?
That's Andy.
Kings and
that's
queens.
Andy.
Which one?
But did they ever
Chanel?
tell you any name? It was just vague. Like we was kings and queens. Like it was kings and queens all over Africa. Yeah.
Oh no, we no longer work together as a community. With that stops a long time ago when Malcolm X and Martin Luther King died. We stopped respecting each other as a community and working together.
What about Fred Hampton?
I mean, you know what? If we gonna bring it to current generation, it was a lot of people that showed up for Nipsey's funeral. You know what I'm saying? And personally, I didn't know him. My brother put me on to him, and I didn't know all of what he did until after the fact. So maybe as a generation,
I feel like that's what it is. You got to think about it, and that's a good one because we were just talking about that, right, Beta? Like social media. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these people are looking up to certain people on social media, certain artists,
Yeah.
certain hoopers that are
And look,
not
I
representing the fucking
respect Nipsey
culture
Hussle a
the way they
lot,
supposed to.
but I'm not sure if I'm ready to say Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. I
mean, would you?
He was probably the best we've seen in a while.
Yeah,
and therefore Nipsey Hussle.
I
Probably
saw
the
Tupac,
best representative we probably had in a while, right?
Yeah.
But he still had a lot of flaws.
Oh
that
yeah, he
that
did
played.
dirt. He was he bad. He did plenty of dirt.
That,
he was more
I mean,
Tupac.
not dirt. He did dirt in front of the camera. Is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
Yeah, he still claimed gang. You know,
Right.
even though it's not illegal to be in the gang, it's not illegal to be in the gang. It's just the activities that the guys do.
But he taught black ownership, uplifting your community, being proud of your community and where you from.
That's the main thing.
Now,
being proud of your community.
That's
man.
exactly where I was going with it. So, and not saying that things didn't happen during MLK's time or Malcolm X's time. We just don't know about it. Nor did social media have any documentation to forever stamp it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna act like they're without fault neither. But
very true.
Would we?
Very true.
Would not saying that they in the same boat, because Nipsey was more your generation, right? Tupac was mine. You see what I'm saying? Would we teach about Malcolm X and Tupac and Nipsey Hussle as some of our profound?
I know,
people?
but do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we're kind of like putting our
he's still
like
staying.
It's like we're still putting our hopes into they were great
script.
people. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
They were great people, but we still kind of putting our hopes in like entertainment, right?
And you could talk about Obama.
And in entertainment, it's almost impossible to stay squeaky clean, right?
Absolutely,
right, of course.
Because
Martin and Malcolm wasn't squeaky clean.
I was gonna say, but those are more relatable people.
No, you have to read, and you have to read to find out what happened with Malcolm and Martin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's true.
So we saw Tupac spitting on people, shooting the police.
Yeah,
even though he didn't know he was police. You know what I'm saying? Flipping off the bird, going off on interviews, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we seen him, even to the day of his demise, we seen him stepping outside of the character we really know him as. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the same thing with Nip. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, what came to his demise was him stepping out of the character that we know him as, the people that was teaching us to be proud, teaching the youngest to be proud of their community, to stand up to black ownership, things of that nature, stand on your beliefs and things of that nature that he was actually preaching.
Right.
But once again, those are not world leaders. They didn't go to other countries and make peace. And
we don't have
nature. That's the point I'm trying to say. We keep pushing our hope into the next entertainer.
I feel like that's
even
what
down
everybody's waiting on.
Even down to Muhammad Ali. He was at the end of the day,
fit that?
He was still an entertainer.
Malcolm, Martin, Obama. Is that the trend? Yeah.
I think Obama got his.
He visited other worlds.
I think Obama is somebody that you can look up to.
And, that's a more positive person.
No, I don't think Obama at all.
He's going to always be just more polished as the represented as the first black president. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but that's what I'm saying.
He opened doorways, right?
Yeah.
He got a chance to open doorways,
which
right?
is huge. Yeah.
But then you look at it, how we don't even have a candidate. Like, so how much doorways did he really open?
I mean,
we don't even have a candidate. We don't have nobody in. You can say, oh, it's such and such from Georgia that might be our next presidential candidate, but we don't have no real fucking candidate.
Right.
We don't have no real nobody really in line that we can actually.
You got to think about it because them motherfuckers scared now too.
I mean,
like you get put out on that forefront. If we probably have potentials. Nipsey Hussle was how old?
33 when he passed.
33, young as fuck. Pac was how old?
25
when he passed, young as fuck. Doesn't mean that he wasn't going to grow into the man that could take us into the next level, but then you die. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the ones
but that's the point I'm trying to make, because they kept his faults in the front of the world.
Oh yeah.
So therefore, people
that's how it's going to always be.
So now people didn't see him as Malcolm X, right? Yeah. So if it was no social media and we just got what we got, what he gave us, we can see him as but when they keep his faults in front of us, people are gonna start normalizing them. and now he feel like he can be touched and things of that nature.
Right.
And when he make mistakes, it's gonna be magnified.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't be put it in there. Like, why don't we glorify the minister more?
Farrakhan?
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I say, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit
not so
hole,
much glorify, but you know,
I get what you're saying.
appreciate him more than
Yeah,
He has, man.
I definitely think we should. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't get away.
Because he don't rap.
my
Or
my
dribble the
question
balls.
is still going with the culture, with what history we do have. You see what I'm saying? Like, would that be somebody that you I feel like I'm too loud. Am I too loud?
No.
Okay. Would that be somebody you add in there? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just talking about everybody, because we always say Malcolm and Martin, right? And you know,
I think
to our
anybody,
avail, there's nobody that we know of that was as great as them. You see what I'm saying? But does the buck stop there? You see what I'm saying? I believe there were other greats.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So are we adding entertainers?
Yeah.
Sports figures? Because I would say,
Well, that's just out of
You
I
know,
think
no.
anybody who have a
No.
legitimate, you know
so
what I mean,
you wouldn't teach
contribution.
any of that
Yeah.
to them, to the kids. You see
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
we can teach. We can have like certain like situations or scenarios that they might have been in,
Right.
to go for it, but we don't have countless, like, Malcolm gave these many speeches, or Martin gave these many speeches, and they stood outside and protest, and
We're gonna come back to you,
handcuffed themselves together and things of that nature. We don't have that for Nip. We don't have that for Pop. We don't have that for Malcolm. I mean, even Muhammad Ali.
Right.
He's probably the closest thing that we had was Muhammad Ali.
Fact.
But even then, he's an entertainer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So where do we get like the minister?
But
Why don't we use him more?
I don't know.
You know why? Because social media and the media has targeted him as being a terrorist.
Yeah.
Right? Because anytime we get close to somebody that he got 1 million black men together with no violence.
Right.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And that never comes up.
1 million, no violence.
So when was the Million Man March? Like 90 something?
Yeah, no violence.
There's no nothing.
And today,
nothing.
He's labeled as a terrorist on social media.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
That's because
you put me on to that one.
He know how to move. You know what I mean? Anybody who knows how to collectively move a people is just, you're a threat. You are perceived as a threat automatically because your influence is a weapon.
But that's what I'm saying. They'll allow us to glorify somebody that's going to be constantly in, you know what I'm saying,
right,
in the spotlight, right? And somebody that didn't live that clean life, you know what I'm saying, or portray that clean life, right? And so in entertainment, they're not portraying that clean life. You know what I'm saying? So they can be humanized, right? Because they're making same dumb mistakes that we make, right?
Yeah.
But we don't get to see the mistakes that the minister makes or anything, if he even makes those kind of mistakes.
But even with that being said, V, it's like, I think I relate more to people that, that are humanized, because you are making mistakes like I made, and you are showing me as capable of correcting those type of mistakes.
That's
like
a good point.
People like Bob Marley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bob Marley moved the world with music. You know what I mean? Nipsey Hussle moved the world with music. Tupac moved the whole world with music. People were militant minded behind Tupac.
We can use Bob Marley. We can use Bob Marley.
And you know what I mean? Those are even with Bob Marley, his were more protests of peace when he was coming out to perform, but he was still educating the masses. And you know what I mean? You can't be, you got to understand, it's like, everybody not squeaky clean. I don't like squeaky clean.
I don't like it either.
No,
I don't like it either. I feel like I like it more.
Yeah.
I like it better when because we human.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
it's deeper than that. Not trying to tarnish Minister Farrakhan, because he might be he might be I ain't gonna say a perfect person, but he's been through enough where he knows how to not make young mistakes anymore.
Certain mistakes,
yeah. So,
but you gotta listen that he gets the attention of like rappers. Like he can call meetings and squash beefs and things of that nature. That
he definitely.
But who do you have outside of Farrakhan?
Hell,
we don't. That's the point I'm trying to say. No, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
We need more people.
We
But we didn't hear about till Obama till he was finna run. Right? We didn't even hear about it. Like all of a sudden, but like we just like looked like, oh, he black. Oh,
I was like, thank God he's from
let's see what he got
Chicago.
to say. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he got to
Smoke
say.
weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
He's relatable now.
you know, like we don't get a chance to have those things.
Like I say, the my comment, because we
missed
definitely got to get back.
I know we
'cause
missed a
V
lot of
gonna kill
comments.
us.
Then
Come
we
on, go
just
ahead.
ran.
Hit the comments.
My comment was, would we, because the topic is kids and racism, would we incorporate those and many other figures into educating the kids about our history?
Yeah,
I
think
would
you have to.
Incorporate
Yeah.
what? Tupac and things of that
Yeah.
nature.
Malcolm
And
X,
don't blemish
Tupac,
it.
Kobe.
Don't
You got
Jordan.
you got to think
you know
about
what
it.
I'm
Just
saying?
think
all
of
the greatest.
just think of regular basketball. Just
You see
think
what I mean?
A lot of
Like,
people,
all of the
a lot of
great-
kids watch the NBA, right?
LeBron.
Mhm.
You
I
right.
definitely
Got
would talk about
LeBron.
LeBron. Exactly. So
Yep.
anybody that had like
Kobe.
Isaiah said, anybody that had,
LeBron.
I said Kobe, Obesity. I definitely said that.
T-Mac.
You know he gonna say
LeBron.
that. But like I said,
He ain't watched the
just
Dream Team,
teaching the greatness that your people have put out.
though. Mhm.
That's what I would go towards.
Yeah, no,
You
I'm
see
not,
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not.
Now you gonna
disagreeing
take whatever message you take from Nipsey. You're gonna take whatever influence you take from Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna take whatever influence you take from that, if that's your version of the GOAT. You see what I'm saying? But would we teach that to the kids? That's the question.
Yeah.
But I want to get back to the comments. V said we missed one of her comments. I'm gonna
Sorry,
scroll back, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it was a good one, and I had it up there. You
I
know
can
what
see
I'm
the
saying?
sad eye
What you
emoji.
saying?
from
A lot
him.
of our a lot
Is
of
it this
history
one?
is being Caucasian down. What?
So is this the one, V, where you say you don't think we teach hate necessarily?
but the hate forms when we speak the truth and educate our children. This is why it is hard for me to teach my daughter about racial inequality. But it happened to her so fast and aggressively. I had to be honest and have these courageous conversations.
Well, I think like you said, social media advances that so
Yeah.
fast. So it's like, depending on the kid, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to address it when you see it. You know what I mean? You definitely have to.
Right up under it, Don. I just saw that one.
This one
Yeah.
here. Yeah, that's what I was touching on. Is you got to instill some type of pride and
That's
sense of
100%.
culture. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Like,
that's definitely.
like they granted they got social media, they gonna see what they see. But are we, personally, Tupac to my heart? You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely tell the kids about Tupac. I would also tell them about Prince. I also tell them about Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then
But I'm not going, like I say, I'm not going
Glorify
only,
them. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, the entertainment.
who do you have to
all
offset entertainment? That's what I'm saying. Because then when you start,
You got a lot
when you
of people.
continue to point at entertainment,
Malcolm X.
they're gonna
Fred
start-
Hampton,
Lord Lightfoot.
they're gonna start to look at entertainment. They're gonna start to look at entertainers, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's where
Yeah.
you don't want them to get it from, because they're not trained to be in that position. They're trained to be entertainers.
Yeah, no. So
This is what I was saying about like Tupac and Nipsey. They were
Right.
great at what they did,
Right.
but they were only entertainers. They
That's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
trained to be leaders.
So
They just
if-
happened to be great at
if-
what they were.
If, let's say,
But they were-
one of them want to be a computer designer, I would find, you know what I'm saying, somebody that represents the culture that did something that they can see and read about.
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be somebody famous, just somebody that contributed.
Because Dr. Martin Luther King, he was an entertainer as well.
Yeah.
He was a reverend.
They both was in
So-
public speaking.
Exactly.
They were both
He
in
was a
public
soapbox
speaking.
Public speaking,
At one
yeah.
point in time.
So
You call that entertainer?
not,
Maybe it was
I mean,
entertaining at the time.
When
don't know.
when I say entertain, I mean like
He was a preacher
that
too.
that's the way that he's finding how, that's the way he found that resource to get out to the world. You know what I'm saying? To get his point across was by being a preacher, by being a reverend. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing. I don't know if it's the same thing, but it's rapping. You know what I'm saying? It's still words, it's still poetry, it's still preaching. If you listen to the words, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To you, right?
To me.
Right? No,
Yeah.
to you,
Mhm.
because we 40. But to a kid, they're not gonna understand that. They'll understand a preacher from church over a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Who would understand it? A
A
kid?
child.
Right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. If you tell it, we all teach church is good, no matter how bad or how good it
Mhm.
is. We all teach church is good. So we teaching that this person's a reverend that's up, changing the world and giving knowledge and making these speeches and things of that nature. And then we cut on Tupac, and he's You know what I'm saying? One minute he rapping about this, and next minute he rapping about that. He effed the police, he thug life, and you know, all this kind of, you know, Tupac was great because we understood Pac, right?
Yeah.
But does a little kid understand Pac?
No.
No, but they don't. Do they understand Martin Luther King?
But they understand he's a reverend, though. They understand that he's a preacher, a reverend.
Do they?
Yeah. Well,
I think that's what I'm gonna ask the kids. I'm gonna ask the kids like, yo, what did Martin Luther King do? Like, what was his profession?
Exactly.
I don't know who. I don't see what I'm saying. What I'm not saying is they gonna know who Martin Luther King is. They gonna understand the position he held.
I understand that they're gonna understand who he is, but are they gonna understand why? You know, we basically celebrate him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they do.
No, they're not going to, because they that's like something that they kind of didn't deal with. They didn't have two different water fountains and things of that nature. And
so they, you know, it's, and that's what I was saying about current. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it current with them. Of course, you want to tell them
we
about
need to hit some of these comments.
You know,
stop this and hit the comments for a second.
Go ahead.
So, where did we leave off at?
Sorry, guys.
Pac-Man said after Malcolm X systematic racism come about.
Yeah, I agree, Pac.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. B.
You ain't lying, B.
Down.
We talk about. I talked about that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Pastel
down. That's what Uncle Don said. Pastel down. Okay.
Education was removed
from most books.
Yep. Thank you, sister. Thank you. You know,
they were.
Andy, other sister, test me. So she's your generation, Isaiah. Same, around the same age. So
old as fuck.
Yes.
Okay.
I truly believe that my generation was the test dummies to the whole social media and vision being blurred to what's really going on. These children that you men are raising now aren't going to have time for the bullshit that's going on. My generation, some have abused the power that we have been able to withhold. We truly didn't get it, but we set the tone for the little ones to come. I agree. Their generation is like they're
the more independent.
Even our generation was like, shut the fuck up and, you know what I'm saying, and do whatever you can to survive. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really spoke. Like, even of our generation, right? Who spoke out? We got, in our parents growing up, they had Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Who was after that?
I don't know. That's why I say that's why I felt Tupac more than anything, because he was saying he was on the front line.
To find like they don't.
He was my Martin Luther King.
You see what I'm saying?
They don't have nobody.
No, we was talking about our generation. Like I say, for
we
me,
had Farrakhan. We just didn't respect him.
For me, it was Tupac.
I know for you it was Tupac because that's what they was put in front of the TV.
Exactly.
But Farrakhan got a million man at the same time Tupac was out here rapping.
This is true.
So Farrakhan was our guy,
but
we didn't respect him.
If he got an invite, I believe everybody would have known about it. I don't think he got an invite.
I feel like it was just the fact that I ain't had no positive. I ain't had no like real positive visualized male role model in my life, other than like Dom and y'all. But it's like y'all don't come home every day to me, and I gotta be able to see and emulate what I'm going. You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, okay. Nobody was able to sit down and be like, yeah, man, let me teach you how to do this. And you know what I mean? You need to listen to this person because this is a great influence on you. And all this, whatever.
Which one?
After the first week, they started talking about slavery. Each shirt was a pioneer within our community. So you actually did the research, Trina.
Yeah.
And made T-shirts for your son to wear to school every day of a different Black pioneer.
I like that. Makes sense.
That's amazing. You know what? You know what? I swear to God, if you
know what you should have did, Trina,
I'll
you should have gave every Black child in that school the same thing to push it. You know what I'm saying? But man, that's great, man. That's something that we do. Even us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing it, and we're trying to, you know what I'm saying, step up and doing that. But it's a lot. We didn't have those role models, those people that we saw that were pushing the agenda. You know what I'm saying? To be Black and proud.
That's another thing that Trina was also saying. He isn't allowed on social media platforms anymore. And our youth always have their noses in their phone.
Yep.
So therefore, that's a clear message that we're taking away from them. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Social media is taken away from them. You know what I mean? Because they watch social media, the internet, more than they watch TV.
Absolutely.
Yep.
TV don't exist.
You know what I'm saying?
TV don't,
is,
they don't even.
Yeah.
So if you take him off of here, you can put him on TV all you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He could be on 3 channels.
Yeah.
They still won't know.
No. Going back to what you said, the for us, this is a positive outlet. You know what I'm saying? Because we would always see podcasts, and we would also see. Well, I mean, we would also have these type of conversations.
Right.
We just decide to, put them out live, and because we are positive black men, I think, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
we are in the household.
You know what we should have did? We should have had our sons here then. You know what I'm saying? Speaking on it, and then seeing how, what kind of clear understandings do they get from it.
It's not a bad idea.
That's a great idea. Actually.
Bring them on.
Yep.
Bring them on one at a time because they can't come on.
No, that's a great idea.
Ain't got enough mics.
Between Bam and Amir.
Yeah.
Could have got Vader snatch his ass away from the damn
Get him on some
game
FaceTime.
assistant.
Actually, we actually don't have to. We can call him up, send him an invite.
Yeah.
He's on.
Yeah.
You know he's on.
Yeah.
That's actually a great idea.
Gotta go, man. My dad want me to get on this podcast.
Right. Old people podcast.
Man.
And I agree with Treese saying that I wouldn't necessarily compare rappers to Malcolm X or Dr. King.
That's actually pretty good.
Tupac, my favorite rapper, but I wouldn't put him on that platform.
That
I don't
who said
disagree.
that?
I'm with you,
Who
dog.
said
I
that?
don't disagree. That's
Treese.
opinion.
You said something about Tupac?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to.
We'll
I'm
delete
with
that
you on
comment.
Yeah,
that.
we'll
We
delete
need
that
to find representation. Oh, that's Trina agreeing with you, saying that I'm with you, Don. We need to find representation within our community. My son has a black doctor and dentist, because I want him to see more, to see someone like him in various positions. Yeah, that's kind of good, because my son doctor was definitely Indian. He was brown.
Right.
He was 10.
Hello, Victor.
That's exactly how he sounded. That's fine. That's horrible. Don't do it.
He will need braces for the next
We
10
already
years.
talking about racism, and here you go.
Don't do it. That's horrible.
I
That's
thought that's
We
not how
talked
they.
about ignorance too.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to turn your mic off.
History.
Me?
Yeah.
Not my favorite subject. That's why I've been
I
quiet.
can shop at 7-Eleven.
It's not necessarily Treese. It's definitely not necessarily history, because you lived half of this stuff. You can talk about what you lived and what you've been through.
Yeah.
I know we don't have to go Dr. King or anything like that. You deal with racism in your everyday life, especially in your work field. You're a nurse, so you deal with it, especially even people talking to you nasty because you're a black nurse.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I'm pretty sure you've seen them old ass white
Patience,
men
yeah,
in
just
there.
coming
Yep.
in there, just talking
They
to you
talking
all
crazy to you. Yep.
crazy.
You know what? And
You
to
be like, motherfucker, I got to give you your medication, right?
I want to try something,
Oh, I
right?
don't have to
So
In the same, she said we were talking mainly about white history. I agree with that. That's V. Never learned about Latin history in high school either.
Yeah,
That's
right.
true too. I don't know. Yeah, I
Me
don't know.
neither.
well, see, that's
I don't even. What was the one we just had in September? Or was if Cinco de Mayo was
Right.
Mexican
we
independence?
just had American
Mexican-
Heritage Month, right?
Spanish Heritage
Hispanic
Month. That's what it
Hispanic
was?
Heritage Month.
this is
It's
that's
still going
What
on
was
right
the
now.
one in September?
Yeah.
No, it just had a holiday in September.
Hispanic
Yeah,
Heritage
that's-
Month, I
that's
believe.
exactly-
It's still going. It's from like the middle of September to like the
Man, they be
middle of October.
crazy for
Oh,
that,
okay.
for that
All right.
people.
So it's
I
still
like
going
that.
on now. Yep.
They ride around.
So
with
which
flags
one
and
is it?
everything.
Is it
It's so
Cinco de
cool.
Mayo or is it American?
Cinco de Mayo is May.
Man.
Yes, May.
No, I
That's
mean, but
Mexican
what is that?
independence, right?
I don't know.
I think that's Mexican. V, help us out.
Yeah, that was what I was going to
Yeah.
go to, is that like I believe to properly have a conversation about race, like some of our viewers, we should, maybe next week or the week after next. Next week I won't be here. I got a previous engagement, but I
We
believe
can never be
should
at full
least-
staff.
Never.
No, it's
Never.
Pick another day then.
we fathers, you know what I'm saying? What can I say?
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
start being together, bro.
Hey, we got.
But
That's
other than
Pac-Man
that,
and
we'll
mostly
talk about it
missing.
off.
He
We'll
do
talk
be
about it
missing.
off.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
talk
mostly
about it off.
Pac-Man.
We'll talk about it off.
But anyway,
Anyhow,
I believe we, like how we brought Pac-Man on. I believe we should have proper representation from our viewers' culture. Because
Oh,
I
I
don't
like
know.
that.
I don't think we have any knowledge about any great Hispanics in high school.
For real.
I don't even think I
But
learned
shit,
about it in college.
we
to be honest
gotta
with
put some knowledge about our own shit too.
what I mean, we definitely got to take care of our own, but
Yeah.
I'm just talking about if we talking about racism with the kids. You know
Definitely,
what I'm saying? I believe it's only fair to hear what their struggles are. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm not Hispanic, so I wouldn't know what their struggles are. You know what I'm saying?
So May 5th, y'all don't celebrate May 5th? Is that American holiday? You say it's mainly an American holiday, so you guys don't really respect May 5th?
What does that mean?
She said Cinco de Mayo is an American holiday.
American holiday for what?
Did I read that right?
Yeah.
Oh, she's saying it's an American holiday. Like that ain't shit that
The Mexicans actually
What, that's something that they gave
The
them?
what?
like
I
us.
mean,
Like they say
celebrate.
like the 4th of July. That's an American holiday. You know what I'm saying? That's not, and that have anything to do with African.
Yeah, they don't
or
celebrate
our
that all
race.
over.
Yeah,
They only
that's
celebrate
just
in America.
Yeah.
So what is it? What are they saying about it?
When is it? When is it? When is it? DMV?
What is Cinco de Mayo? It's like
an
supposed to be
holiday
they,
of their independence.
when America recognizes their independence.
Exactly.
Andy,
Okay.
shoot the y'all should find a podcast of another race similar to you guys and have a conversation straight from the source.
Well, the problem is there is no other podcast like the one we got right now.
I don't think she knew that.
But,
you're right. I think
it
Roberto
does.
Clemente is the only one I actually heard about.
You know,
And I don't know what he did.
How about wasn't he a baseball player for the Pirates?
Ooh. That's not good.
That's not true.
Clemens. That's Roger Clemens, boy.
please.
No, it ain't. For the Pirates.
B, please send us some research.
Yes, please.
No,
help us
that's
out.
not.
We will shout you out. It is Hispanic History Month, Heritage Month.
We got to blur you out.
That's
next
something
week.
that we should.
While we talking about this, we can go to brown on brown racism though.
Wow.
I
Because now we can really
would definitely like to hear about it, but I don't know anything about it.
What, brown on brown racism?
I mean, I know it's a like maybe the Hispanic, the Mexicans don't mess with the Puerto Ricans. But I'm
talking about minorities in general. It could
yeah.
It could
Oh,
be
you're
brown
talking
on brown, black on black,
Okay.
just within our community.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just as well as when he walks out the door, they may see him as a threat, a white person.
Yeah.
Now when he walks out the door, them guys on the corner now is looking at him as a threat too, especially if he's not from the neighborhood. He still's a 13-year-old kid you looking at, but they like, who is this MF coming down the street right here?
Yeah.
Who is this N-word coming down the street right here? You know what I'm saying? So just as well as they have to protect themselves or know how to act around certain situations with white people, they're gonna have to learn how to protect themselves and know what to do and what not to do, where to go and where not to go when it comes to their own people.
Yeah.
Is that a Chicago thing, you think?
Oh, hell
No,
no.
hell no. That's everywhere.
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's everywhere.
I think it's more camaraderie sometimes down south. I think sometimes they stick together a little bit, but even then, social media is starting to reach them and they're starting to get buck wild.
Right.
But Chicago probably is one of the, if not the most segregated city in probably the U.S.
No, yeah.
It's one of them. Boston is up there.
Man, we
Now,
so
see, that's
segregated, bro.
the other part of the coin. It's like we
Yeah.
may teach them or do our best to teach them what we know, and what we know is Chicago systemic racism. You see what I'm saying? But is it the same type?
But it's universal,
somewhere
though,
else?
I would think.
Racism, I think, is universal, but
we can't speak on them
here,
someplace that we've
you taught a different level of awareness.
So
you know what I'm saying? Not
so
better
I don't
than
think
anywhere
I don't
else,
think
but just
I
different.
don't think black white racism is any kind of discrepancy anywhere. I think it's all the same across the board.
Okay.
It may get heavier and lighter depending on the neighborhood you are in across America as far as black on black or brown on brown racism. You know what I'm saying?
So that it differs.
It differs when it comes to like maybe our communities. So we're a lot lighter depending on the community that it's coming from. Like I say, like I don't think the down south communities are as violent towards each other as we are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I think
don't
people.
know.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
How was it?
But I think white people, I mean, black and white or black and brown is all the way across the board. It doesn't matter.
How was it from what y'all remember when y'all was down in Alabama?
We ain't had no issues.
We ain't had no issues, yeah.
But
one way or another though. But we didn't leave the campus a lot either though.
Oh, that part.
And then we
did?
to walk to get food.
Yeah,
that's it.
Leaving the campus, but it wasn't nothing. I ain't never seen shit out there.
No, I agree. But I'm saying we didn't get a chance to like
be in the culture. Down
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
We didn't like hit malls and shit like that. We might have went once or twice or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We might have went out to a nightclub maybe once for me. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't really get to get out here and just do a lot of mingling outside the campus. And then when you're on campus, a lot of people are coming from all over the place.
Okay.
You know, some people are excited to, you know,
be in
college and things of that nature. That's the last thing they're thinking about is brown on.
But think about
last
that.
thing. We don't think about that until we start thinking gangs and territory.
Yeah, you ain't. That's what I was gonna say. You ain't even got to go far as college. You can go back to, you know what I mean. I wasn't really into that because I was still young. But it's like even when we was in Union, it's like you couldn't go under the viaduct or the other side towards 54th and stuff like that, or Ada Street and stuff like that, without running into the same type of, you know what I mean, prejudices.
Now,
you know what I mean?
A reason why I asked that, how was it in Alabama, was because, you know, I lived in Iowa for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years or something like that. And how we interacted with each other out there versus how we interact with each other here, 2 totally different worlds.
How who interacted?
Black people.
What you mean?
Black and brown. Black on black.
What was the difference?
If I see here, you're not really saying what's up.
You're kind of hostile.
Yeah, you're more on guard.
You're on alert.
Out there, it was, hey, how you doing?
You speaking now.
No, I agree with
I'm
that.
good. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
I'm gonna check around, make sure it's not a setup.
No, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? So
I agree with that. But you also know that we live in one of the most top 3, top 5 aggressive cities.
No, that's
in
what
the
I was
country.
saying. It's like when we teaching and explaining racism, we're adding a level of Chicago on there.
Yeah, but we have to. We can't.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm
you know
not saying
we can't say
I'm
like
just
these
saying,
rules
like,
apply for everywhere you go, but you got to teach them to swim in the pond that they live in first.
You got to survive at home first.
Yeah,
and then you also got to tell them, yo, it may not be like this everywhere else, but just always be on guard.
And that ties back in with what you said about
even if they're on Chicago time, right, and then they go to Iowa. I mean, even if they side-eyeing the first black dude or something they see until they see that people are actually speaking, they're kind of pick up on that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You know, you don't want to flood them with too much, right?
Yeah,
you just want to be able to make sure they able to survive on the streets when they walk out the door. That's how I feel, at least. And what's, you know, prevalent to the community that they live in. Like my son, not necessarily have to worry about a lot of gang brown on brown violence, you know what I'm saying? But they may have to do like different ethnicities, whatever, how we, you know what I'm saying, within the brown community where he's at, you know what I'm saying? Shade, colors, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. You know, Mexican versus black, you know what I'm saying? Or Latinx versus black, you know what I'm saying? So that it'd be more or less what he had to deal with. Whether if he was here with me, he had to walk out and deal with gangs and black on black violence.
Right.
So I think it just kind of depends on the communities that you have to teach him for that community that he lives in, or that community that he's
I think that's sad, man. I think that's worse than fucking racism.
What?
I know, but it's the way it is.
Like,
but you don't think, I mean, that's the way it's been programmed, brother.
No.
It ain't. You think it's by design that we just got people that stop caring about it? That you think we stop having black people that care about each other after Dr. King, after Malcolm X? You know what I'm saying?
I definitely smell conspiracy.
Farrakhan is heavily protected, or he will be on that list. You understand what I'm saying? He heavily protected. So since they can't get him and assassinate him, they shut him. They close his mouth.
Alienate him.
Yep, they close his mouth. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? And then as much as we hear about what's going on in Iraq and Ukraine and things of that nature, we don't know nothing about the great black people that's in Africa or any other place around the world that's making differences as well.
Because
I have no idea about these people.
Remember back, this was a while ago.
Or just brown. Not even
the world and
black.
social media changed. But remember when it was like a big thing with like blood diamonds in Sierra Leone and stuff like that? Like I didn't see no Sierra Leone flags. Yeah. All over social media, all over. You know what I'm saying? Or
oh shit, we there's still things going on right now in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like that. We don't pump African flags, but what we do what they had the train bombing in France. They had the France
Filter.
filter that go in the back of there. Now we praising Ukraine,
Right.
things in that nature. I don't. Did they even put a Puerto Rican filter for the hurricanes? Because I don't think I seen that.
I seen that.
I don't think I seen that either.
You know what I didn't see
It was
neither?
pray for Paris.
When you drive down the 90, if you're coming from north going south, is the largest American flag right before you get off on Ohio. They got a Ukraine flag right up underneath it, and they had a pride flag up. But I'm like, I don't remember seeing during Black History Month. I don't think I saw.
Why you ain't gonna take that shit down?
That motherfucker huge. That motherfucker huge. You know what I'm saying?
No,
but
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, you know, we as much as we want to play like we know it's a blatant. The last thing they want to see is
unity in the community.
Yeah, that's what they want to see is a black fish flag. Now, you know what I'm saying?
That's by design.
A black fish flag coming out of our stuff for Juneteenth or sitting on our lawns, and then they'll start like Code Section 85 says,
I promise you can't.
It's nothing.
Outside.
It's nothing. This big should be inside your yard. Nothing over 5 by 6 should be. You know what I'm saying? Like
come through with the battering ram.
Yeah, they gonna. Oh, you have to take this down or something like that, or we gonna have to fine you every day or something. You know what I mean? So
your taxes gonna go up in your neighborhood again.
So what we think, man? Final thoughts, man. What we thinking for the kids with racism? Is there a certain time we teach them, a certain age? I mean, the question is not do we teach them? The question is more, how do we help them through it? And when do you start?
I feel like
I'll let you go, Isaiah. Go.
I feel like it's levels. I think in life, you got to prepare for the level that they're approaching. So, I mean, it doesn't have an age. So, I mean, as it's becoming a parent, you start educating them to what's going on before something happens. Be proactive, because the best prevention is a cure. The best cure is, prevention. So just stay active in their life and let them know, like, oh man, you getting a little older. What's going on with this? How's everything going on with you in school? What's going on? Have you been approached by such and such? Trying to figure out what's going on and address those situations. So every day is a learning curve so just constantly staying active in their life about it.
Breeze, you the next youngest.
No, I like that. What Isaiah said. I feel like you just try to instill as much in them as you possibly can. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what age it's supposed to be.
Do you think it should be an age?
No.
Okay.
I just feel like you just gotta be, just let them know how to be proud of their culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, just push culture, man. Just push their culture, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's good and bad in our culture. We already know that. You know what I'm saying?
It's good and bad, everybody culture. Yeah.
So you just show them that. You know what I'm saying? But let them know how powerful we are. How powerful they are. How beautiful we are. How beautiful they are.
One thing I want to just touch on real quick. Do we teach Brown as like all one, or like is it a real big difference between Latinx and?
First of all, I don't know what those look like.
No, I'm saying y'all got an opinion. I mean, they not gonna know they're not black either.
Hey. My opinion, and forgive me, world. My opinion, the Hispanics, like far as like Mexicans, are going to be a little bit more cornier than the Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are going to be but light skin. That's
I agree. No. I
see
see where you're coming from. I'm not gonna say I agree. Me being born up north and lived up north, I've lived around majority Puerto Ricans.
Right.
So I can see they have a lot of the same tendencies we have.
Yeah.
But to me, I try not to make a big discrepancy between the two, right?
Because, and then the Latinx,
by splitting brown up to all these different things is the way we keep us further apart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would
think
just say
brown
Hispanic.
is brown, man.
Yeah, Hispanic. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, brown all the way around the board. I think brown, black and brown is all one. We just speak different languages.
That's true.
And we
don't see
we have different history, so that keeps us further apart. But it's clear that we more similar to each other than to somebody else.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's definitely true.
Just on the final thoughts. I don't think it's no real age. I think you just have to stay current with the times. You know what I mean? You have to be aware of social media as what they're watching and things of that nature. So you have to stay current with those times is what I'm saying. And as soon as it's never too early, because as soon as they start asking questions, you know what I'm saying, you late.
Yeah.
So you can always
thank you, V, for that.
Yeah.
She's gonna be our historian.
Yes.
We're gonna have you looking up stuff.
They don't even actually get them a month. They just get them
two
weeks and 2 different months.
Mm-hmm.
And they give us a month, the shortest month. But nonetheless, it's no real age, man. You just give it to them how it comes, man. As best as you can,
Yeah. Me, I don't know. Like I say, I don't feel like interrupting their world right now. You know what I'm saying? But like Isaiah said, check in every day, see what may have changed, see if and not only just racism, but like bullies or check in with your kids and just see, because the good thing is they're not going to tell me, but they will talk to Jalen. You see what I'm saying? So just staying on them and just trying to, figure out what they figuring out. You know what I mean? And as they figure out certain things, you explain certain things to them.
Mm-hmm.
But not relevant at all. But Bam asked about like, why is it illegal to drive with 2 feet? Like, why are you talking about driving with 2 feet? So when they asked those questions, one thing that I always said as a father that I was going to do was, I'm going to keep it all the way player with you. I'm going to answer your question 100%. Well, regardless of what it is. And I'm going to approach it the same way, you know what I'm saying, if those racism question comes up. So hopefully they're ready for them. So, you know what I mean? That's the key is like, if you ask me the question, hopefully you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What you was going to say, Reese, before we get out of here?
Yeah.
No, I just feel like just even having this conversation that shit is opening my eyes. Like I feel like we got to stay ahead. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I said. If your child comes to you and asks you, you're too late.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say we got to push it now.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking right now of all the conversations I'm gonna call our mom with on my way home and have those conversations with Amir. You know what I'm saying? Just
and see that's the like, if they come to you, you're too late. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I also agree with, what if they not coming to you? What if that isn't their world right now?
But
now,
I mean,
in your case,
well, you're talking about
13, right?
Yeah,
teenager. So teenagers for sure have the conversation.
Yeah, we're talking about like a 5-year-old. Okay,
6-year-old.
We can, you know what I'm saying? But
9, 10
at 13, at 14, and 15, you should start wondering if they understand it, if they notice it.
That's what I
want.
You
know what I'm saying?
That's better. I agree with that.
If they haven't brought it to you, that they don't.
Maybe they haven't
They not getting excluded.
Yeah.
Believe that. They're not getting excluded.
Right.
They just don't notice.
Maybe they're ignorant to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I think that's fair. So like I said, man, we got the new setup. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, y'all can hear everybody a little bit better. Let us know what you think about the setup. Let us know what more you would like to see. Like I say, I would like to, part 2, part 3 this conversation and bring in, Veronica. You know what I'm saying? If that's possible. I just want to hear what the struggles of raising kids with, in a different culture and a different race is like, because I don't know, and it'd be interesting to hear about it, and maybe we can help each other.
Yeah, we
like
still, man. We this is a forever topic.
It is.
Yep.
Well,
So
that's
we
why I
got-
say part 2, part 3,
we got
because
V.
I definitely want to get Pac-Man on this.
Right, we
You know
got
what I'm saying?
V and Trina. V being of another race, and then Trina being biracial. We can both
definitely.
hear.
Yeah, we want
to hear for what y'all got to say. Actually, get on here and speak back and forth.
We
So
can
everybody
send you
can
the
hear.
invite. You know what I'm saying? You could chime in from the house, get your hair done. You know the vibes. You know what I'm saying? But again, this has been the Union Podcast. I have been your esteemed host, Don Juan the Shooter. This is my brother, and my brother. We got Reese, Isaiah, Veda, and Pac-Man is not here, but he's here with us. Go Bears, Roll Tide, and here we go. So we'll see y'all later, man. Y'all have a very wonderful Sunday. We out.
I like that Keith Sweat attitude.